Welcome to the Ill Blur Matty 365 channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the channel, Brother Blur from the Midwest. Ooh. Welcome back, Legends community. It's Ill Blur Matty 365. And today I'm back with something I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for. And it's actually going to be on the Cancel series, or one of my favorite cartoons that was a little bit more of a mature themed cartoon that adults were watching on Cartoon Network right along with the kids. And today's video is actually going to be on Courage the Cowardly Dog. So Courage the Cowardly Dog was one of those shows that was a horror show, comedy with a little supernatural included with it. Also with sci-fi elements as well, that came out on Cartoon Network for 4 seasons. Started in 1999 when it premiered on Cartoon Network. And then it ended in 2002, And it was one of the shows that, it was weird. I don't know how to explain it. It was a weird show, but it had like a darker theme to it as well. But right out the gate, Courage the Cowardly Dog was a successful show. For season 1, it did really well. People were watching it as well. Season 2 did really well. Season 3 did really well. Then season 4 is when things kind of take a turn, because this show actually almost got canceled due to this controversial episode of the dealing last with season 4 of Courage the abuse. Cowardly Dog. All right. So there's an episode where Courage actually comes to save this rabbit, which we're going to call Bunny, right? Bunny was the character in this show, and pretty much she's in an abusive relationship with a dog. And then we have this other character that's egging on Courage to come rescue her potential lover. Now, in the show premise, right, they said they were friends. When I rewatched Courage the Cowardly Dog, as an adult, I was like, oh, they disguised that. They lovers, all right? They are lovers. You mean to tell me, you telling me to go rescue somebody? And it was confirmed they were actually lovers. And this was controversial because mamas were mad at Cartoon Network at this time because it displayed a lesbian relationship between these two characters. And pretty much after that, they actually stopped showing that episode on Cartoon Network. Woo, boy. You don't mess with a mama. I'm just saying, all right? Them mamas wasn't playing. That was almost the reason it got canceled. But the show did end. And the way the show ended was us eventually finding out about how Eustace and Muriel actually discovered Courage the Cowardly Dog, but also learning about his parents are still alive. His actual dog parents are still alive in the last episode, but on another planet. Courage the Cowardly Dog was successful with season 4 as well. It actually spun off a crossover with Scooby-Doo and Courage meeting in an actual movie. I did not know that there was a Courage the Cowardly Dog movie with Scooby-Doo. Look, Birdman Hero. Look, I might have to go see if that's out on HBO Max or something, because I do want to check that out, all right? The show reason why it ended, John Dilworth, the creator of Courage the Cowardly Dog, said that the storyline was finished for the show. There was nothing else to explore when it came down to Courage the Cowardly Dog. So I'm like, you know what? That is the most surprising thing. Now, let me just backtrack a bit. In years after the show aired on Cartoon Network, there were talks, and I remember hearing about this on Facebook, where they were talking about actually doing a Courage the Cowardly Dog prequel series, where we see Courage in his puppy years, all right? And honestly, it didn't really get anywhere. Pretty much, there was a new regime at Warner Brothers, and I guess the new people that were there weren't as interested or invested in the idea of actually doing a Courage the Cowardly Dog prequel series to the original series. I don't know. I think it would have been interesting to see. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, you know what? I enjoy Courage the Collie Dog, like I said before. But Courage the Collie Dog actually went on to be a cult classic. It was watched by adults and kids, so it had that viewership. Shouts out to Grandma. Grandma was watching Courage the Collie Dog with young Ill Blur Man 365. I'm not gonna lie to you guys on that. It actually won an Annie Award as well. It was nominated for numerous awards. So Courage the Collie Dog was one of those shows that was canceled, but not in a sense of that. Also, I come to find out about Courage the Collie Dog that the show is actually based on real people. I found this out like last year, and I kind of dug up some information this year too as well. The characters Eustace and Muriel were similar to the real life people of the Patterson family. We're a wealthy family that lived in El Paso, Texas, and pretty much it lived in a place that was on a similar scale to nowhere. I'm going to show you the cartoon picture, then I'm going to show you the real picture, all right? It's kind of creepy. And actually, the Patterson family went missing. A lot of people say they were in an area where a lot of supernatural activity going on and also extraterrestrial activity. And the only one that's going to surprise a lot of people, Courage in the real story is not really a dog. It's a cat that they were attached to. And the cat was the survivor. The family's case has been open for 65 years. And they do not know what happened to the husband and wife. Whew. Wow, that's surprising, man. Like, just imagine if we would have had Courage the Collie Cat. I'm kind of glad that the creator, John R. Dilworth, went with the dog. Dogs are more overprotective than cats. Maybe that's just me, all right? Look, but I gotta say, this definitely was surprising to me. I like learning information as I go with this, but it is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, what was the most surprising thing that you found out about Courage the Collie Dog? It is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for commenting and engaging with me. Liking because you enjoy the content. Sharing so I can get on the YouTube algorithm. And also subscribing if you like the channel and appreciate what I'm putting out. And I'm out, legends.